lineup has got some tricks.
6% to 26, JJ Weatherholt.
It's Weatherholt, Herrera, and Walker hitting third with a left-hander on the mound. Burley's the cleanup man. And the new looks, Jose Fermin in at third base. Brian Torres in left. Joel Pozo gets the start as the designated hitter and batting eighth. And the Brewers have a very nice 1-2 pitching combination. Mizorowski last night, Kyle Harrison, a strikeout artist from the left side tonight.
Yes, it might get a little easier, not that much. When you look at what he's been able to do over 9 starts so far, a sub-2 ERA, strikes out a lot of guys as well. Here's how he's doing it. The pitch arsenal for Kyle Harrison uses the four-seam fastball a lot. At the top of the zone, it's deceptive, and then the slurve is his secondary pitch that he goes to the most. Does have a changeup, does have a sinker for Pat Murphy in his 4th season here, back-to-back NL Manager of the Year. Boy, his clubs have been pretty good. They don't outslug you, but I'll tell you what, all these clubs are pretty good as well in his 5th season.
Only 2.5 games separate the Cardinals and the Brewers, who play again
All for Marlo's 5th season as Cardinals manager.
Mizorowski was awesome. 57 pitches, over 100 miles an hour. This kid throws hard, not that hard, so we'll see if that aids the Cardinal offense that rallied for just 2 hits and a single run yesterday. So we're set to go. Lefty-lefty to get things going. J.J. Weatherholt riding a 3-game hit streak for the Cardinals. 9 homers and 25 driven in. The first one banged off his leg, and game 2 is underway.
Well, you have to think, we just showed you the pitch arsenal here for Harrison. He throws that four-seam fastball about 60% of the time. You think that the Cardinal hitter's probably looking for one of those up in the zone, ready to swing. That was the case there for JJ.
Just missed to even the count. Hard to believe for Harrison, as talented as he is, Brad. He's on his 3rd major league organization. You talked about that on the pregame show.
Yeah, he is, but it's probably a testament to how talented they believe he can be. Because he was part of a couple of big deals already. First of all, drafted by the Giants. That was in the 3rd round in 2020. But then he was part of the Rafael Devers deal that shipped into Boston. And then on his way to the Brewers. Here is the first out of the soft line right there to first base. Bauer's going to take care of it. So look, when you are well-traveled early in your career, it means somebody wants you.
Gary Mitchell's the man in center for the Brewers defense. Sal Frelick gets his first start. You mentioned Jake Bauer's the man at first. Of course, William Contreras, the man behind the plate. Here's Ivan Herrera. Herrera 0 for 4, but drove in the lone Cardinals run yesterday. He's got 26 of those, and takes a strike. Ivan at 262. He's hit 6 homers. He's knocked in 26. He's behind the plate tonight for St. Louis. Hits that one sharply to second, and 2 outs.
This was to the plate, 1 out for 3rd.
Harrison had been brilliant. 3 earned runs in 28 innings. He's won his last 4 games overall. Has walked just 7 guys in those 4 victories, and his opposition batting under 200.
Should be good. He has 7 walks and 41 strikeouts in those 28 innings.
So
Field to the 18.
Spot on the lineup car. He's hitting 3rd tonight. He's had a good road trip. Over 7 RBIs in Cincinnati and here in Milwaukee. 15 bombs, 42 knocked in. And hitting over 300 in the month of May. Bright sunshine. A little sliver of that between the center fielder Mitchell and Jackson Churio in left. They were fully opened up for game 2 tonight. And it's in for a strike. It's 1-2.
Pretty good pitch right there by Harrison. That backdoor slurve. I mean, that thing's down and away. It is never on the plate until right there at the end.
He's given up 5 hits on that pitch all year. And starts play with the 6th best ERA in the league at 177. A ball and 2 strikes.
Glad that you mentioned that with the 5 hits against his slurve, because I have that written down but read it differently. I got to get better at my 5s because, boy, that looked different on my paper. You know what it meant?
Tap foul. And out of play. And Walker takes some punishment. He's going to hop around a little bit. Well, look, in this era of Major League Baseball, swing and miss matters. The Brewers have two of the best in the business at the top of their rotation. And that's exactly what Harrison did in the minor leagues. Through the 2022 season, Brad, he struck out almost 40% of all batters he faced. That's unheard of.
Crazy. It really is crazy. And then he comes over to the Brewers. He starts doing it at the big league level. They made some tweaks with him as well. The Brewers have done a really good job with that. Whether it's guys they draft and develop or guys that they bring in, they see some skill sets that they have. They maximize it. They moved his arm angle up a bit. They also moved him on the rubber. He was a far third base side. Now he's pitching off of the first base side. It's made that slurve even more effective for him. And he's starting to come into his own right now. 24 years old. Pretty impressive what he's been able to do early on.
Jordan's had some good cuts here in the first inning. He's in the box with 2 outs. And the battle continues. Make it work.
We showed you in the pregame the graphic for Jordan Walker. He is the best in baseball in OPS when it comes to non-fastballs. That's the change up there. He's also seeing a slurve in this one.
Jordan's going to see 10 pitches at the very least, full count. Grayson waits on deck, 2 outs in the opening inning for the Cardinals. Hard hit ball to short. Hamilton's got it, low throw, and ball dropped.
Yes, he's safe.
So the first chance at short, Hamilton throws a long dart. They can't handle that at first. Bowers went to the seat of his pants. That'll be a throwing error, a rare one of those for the Brewers, and the inning continues.
Oh, we spent some time talking about the defense as well, how both of these clubs have been very tight. There was a lot of time. It just ends up spiking that. Credit Jordan Walker. He's always running things out, runs through this play to short, and finds himself on first. That one skipped right off the grass and just handcuffed Bowers.
Alec Burleson's next.
Let's visit the 41 Alex Burleson.
He's batting .288. Cardinals have put together 74 2-out runs this year. It'd be nice to give McGreevy a lead. And he takes a strike left and lefty. Only at .214 against left-handed pitchers with 8 of his 35 RBIs. The Brewers the only National League team besides the Cardinals against which he's not hit a home run. This would be a nice night to change that. This time it's rolled to second, and the flip to first really retired the side. 2 ground ball outs for Kyle Harrison. Numbers, Brad, he's off to a great start. All the metrics say he shouldn't be this successful, so let me ask you, how and why is he?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, it comes down to that pitch arsenal right there, a 7-pitch mix for Michael McGreevy, and the other part of it is, Chip, Metrics don't play the freaking game, right? This guy goes out there, he competes, he utilizes his arsenal well, uses that defense behind him. He's a flat-out competitor, right? So that's what I love the most about McGreevy. He just attacks a lineup like this.
The Brewers' Menard starting lineup, they use a different one every day, it seems. This is the 51st different starting nine. And the first time this year, Christian Yelich has led off. He had the big homer in the first inning against Libby yesterday, his 4th of the season. And today's playing in his 24th game after an injury plague first several weeks. And tick off the plate, says Nick Marley, our home plate arbiter tonight. 2 balls and a strike for Yelich, the Brewers' designated hitter. It's 3-1. That changeup, as we said in our opening comments, Brad, is going to be a very important pitch with all these left-handed bats.
It's been a really effective one for Mike McGreevy all season long. He's thrown that thing a lot more.
On the ground, it sneaks past Beverhead. So the Yelich, a 3-1 count. He singles to start the game for the Brewers. And Jackson Churios coming out. So the Cardinals' defense will have to be on point tonight. It's Torres, Scott Walker left to right in the outfield. Jose Fermin to start. And third baseman of the right-handed back for Ollie. And Ivan Herrera is behind the plate.
That leads us into a Toyota key to the game, Chip. It is Pickett. Not that, Chip. Talking about the defense.
11 sacks and
McGreevy's going to be in play. Going to be ready to make all of the plays. Feel better?
Relieved in more ways than one. Churio, a homer and 5 RBIs. His season began against the Cardinals in St. Louis, and he had a grand old time at Busch Stadium. That one, a ball and foul pass third. And too hot to handle for the attendant. Give him an error, too. That should be the second of the game for Milwaukee.
I think we should at least have a side tally. Find out who's got the best hands when it comes to their attendance down the line.
I will say, though, that's pretty brave. No glove for the attendant.
Brave is not the word I'm thinking of.
So balls, 2 strikes. And back to first shift.
Especially when you listen. Okay.
Churio 6 for 12 against the Cardinals this year with an RBI. Stole 2 bags yesterday despite an 0 for 3 game. And that one golfed to the left. That one off the netting. A redeemer for the attendant who can't bend over to make the play. Still 0-2.
Good time to charm. It's going to be fine down there. Look, ready for it. Made a fans day.
That guy said I'd have made that play.
Oh, for sure. I'd be waiting your way now. Be ready. Ball will fight.
The 0-2 is downstairs. The ball and 2 strikes.
Look like McGreevy dropped down a little bit on that sweeper. I don't know if he did so intentionally, but a little more side to side on that, showing him a different look. The hands of Jackson Churio are so quick. Oftentimes think you can get in on him, but he can handle it. He also showed you can drive the ball the other direction.
That was close. And that's the second throw over for McGreevy. So Ivan Herrera's on red alert here with a 2-strike count and nobody out in the Milwaukee first. This pitching staff, you don't want to trail. That was the fate we faced yesterday. A 3-run first inning for Milwaukee. And down and away, evens up the count. Brewers at 20-8 when they score the first run of the game. Cardinals have had similar success themselves when they played the first. So now 2-2. Pitch.
I like the thought right there. He went right on right with that change up. He was showing him a couple of different looks. Just getting a piece of it, though.
Number 12 of the inning and fouled away. So here's an example of where swing and miss is a problem for any staff, any starter, any reliever for that matter. The number of pitches you have to throw when you don't get strike three. The foul balls add up. The pitches pile up, and that costs you innings late in the game.
No, you're right. It is a tough matchup, too, when you look at McGreevy, his skill set. Again, not a ton of swing and miss. Use that defense behind him. But this is a team that does not strike out a lot. They put the ball in play, and they will take their walks. They're going to make you compete within the zone.
Got him, yes!
McGreevy has his first out, be a strikeout.
Well, there's some competing within the zone right there. 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball to freeze Jackson Churio. That was the first four-seam that he saw. He saw a little bit of everything else. The sinker, the changeup, the curveball, the sweeper, and then the good old fastball away against him.
Bryce Terang is next. He is tied for team high honors for Milwaukee in the home run category. Just 7 of them. That's another thing that's impressive about how Milwaukee's offense plays. They don't hit a lot of homers, but they don't allow many.
Yeah, it's least amount of homers hit in baseball, 35 of them. They don't hit a ton of doubles either, but that's just really not how they're built. They'll single to death, they steal bases. You see, like McGreevy's been very intent on keeping Christian Yelich and building that to everybody, keep them close. But you have to. That's going to be a big one, too, for McGreevy and for whoever else pitches in this ball game. Varying your looks, varying your tendencies and your tells, the head movements, to be able to give Herrera a chance behind the plate.
That missed high for Terang, who leads the National League in on-base percentage. He's second in runs and third in walks. Don't have to hit home runs to be super productive, and he is that and a whole lot more. In 287, he's knocked in 30 runs. Pitch, good result. He was tipped. A ball and 2 strikes. Cardinals are 6-4 in Michael's 10 starts this year. They're 19-10 for his career. When he starts a game, this is his 30th big league start. Yelich has a dirty uniform top. He's accomplished that with 4 throwovers in this first inning. And that one hit to the right. Walker throws for a moment.
Got him, yes!
And Terang out softly on a fly ball. 2 outs. And William Contreras, the catcher, is the next batter. Contreras has been the hottest Brewers hitter. He leads their club in ribbies with 31 of them. And look at what he's done during a 9-game hitting streak.
Nearly a 900 OPS.
Gets us between William Contreras.
Really going to have to execute here with 2. No room to breathe still. I know the runner's only at first, but things can flip quickly.
Contreras one of 15 batters hitting over 300. He's at 304 this year. Steps off, takes a brief timeout as Contreras digs back in. Right-handed press good for McGreevy in this lineup. After Contreras, it's all lefties and switch hitters. For Pat Murphy's Brewers lineup, Jake Bauer is next. Strikes. Perfect to even up the count. Wrote your point about McGreevy changing his tempo, changing his looks. The Brewers have a very eagle-eyed staff. If they spot an edge, they know how to exploit it. That one off the net, hard hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
McGreevy's doing a good job too of making sure his delivery is quick to the plate, and there's a real art to it, right, of being quick to the plate and also executing your pitch. Oftentimes you see a guy try to be fast to the plate, but then you leave a cookie down the middle.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Cubs are losing again today. Pirates are blasting them 6-1. We see the Cubs this weekend in St. Louis, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Cubs have lost 9 in a row entering play today. 2-2. Top.
Got him, yes!
He strikes out there. He may score his first inning. The duel is on in Milwaukee. Cardinals and Lueders. 0-0.
When it's time to...
Here with Danny Wexelman. Danny, the Cardinals have a new set of challenges on their hands in Game 2.
Yeah, Chip, you're right. And I had a chance to catch up with Brant Brown, the hitting coach for the St. Louis Cardinals, before the game and say, hey, what are the keys today? He said, well, number one, Cal Harrison is like a left-handed Brian Wu. The fastball's down in the zone. It gets way more ride and carry than you actually think, guys. It's like a banana ball. And so when it starts at the ankles, it actually comes back up.
Roller to third, and Rengifo takes care of third. One man down. Danny, the Cardinals enjoyed seeing Brian Wu of the Mariners. In fact, they called it National Fastball Day. They feasted on Wu. Maybe the same things in the offing tonight.
Yes, and the other key to that, Chip, to your point, is he works very fast. And so Brent Brown mentioned there's going to be some stall tactics involved in today's game. They're hoping for it anyway, Chip.
We'll see how it all plays out. So far, so good for Harrison. One away and scoreless second.
Yeah, that is a big thing, though. We know this. Baseball, I mean, all the sports, right? Everything is about limited time. Well, you're trying to throw that off sometimes for a pitcher.
So it's out of 0 base to win.
Stepping out, taking your time out, making them, as Q Mason win, take his time out 2-0. Just figuring out ways to mess up somebody's rhythm is very important.
The Cubs couldn't do that for Harrison in his last start. 7 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. He struck out 11 in that game.
Only 1 walk also. That's the thing with him. Like sometimes the big strikeout guys also walk a lot of people. They're effectively wild, if you will. That's not the case for him coming into action today. This year, only 14 walks for him in his 45 2/3 coming in.
That's a tick low, and Contreras is going to challenge that here in the second. If he's right, it's strike 3, and there'll be 2 outs. Let's see if he is. Here's power by T-Mobile. Nothing Mason Lynn can do about that. Harrison has his first punch out. 2 outs. And Torres is next. Yanks, 0 for here yesterday, batting .273.
Look, Houston with 39 points was.
Yeah, in fairness, join the club on the 0 for yesterday. Yeah, when you run into that buzzsaw, it will happen. You got to be able to throw that one away. What an epic debut it was for Brian Torres in Cincinnati. A lot of emotions there. And, you know, we get a chance to talk to Ollie, talk to the staff. They like his approach, like the way that he goes about it. This guy has done nothing but hit over 11 years in the minor leagues and independent leagues, hit over 300. He'll have to battle here, though, against the tough lefty 0-2.
And another challenge. How about this? 2 challenges to as many Cardinal hitters. And let's see if Contreras is 2 for 2 in the second inning. He is not. That's powered by T-Mobile. That will cost Milwaukee 1 if there are 2
Rules have 1
challenges.
challenge remaining.
So good take. And Torres faces a 1-2 count. On the ground toward third, Rengifo perfectly positioned. Throws a bullet to first.
What? Oh.
2 scoreless innings under his belt tonight.
This election is not real complicated. If you want higher and higher property taxes, no income tax cuts, and more excuses from failed career politicians, vote for the other guy. But if you want a conservative that knows how...
But
Overall movement's going to
Get a little chilly. Leads off the second.
With dozens of practical situations to choose from, Babblespeed will adapt to your skill level and interests, and track your progress at the same time. Babblespeed.
Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up June 5th through the 7th. Encouraging kids everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Hard to believe this is the 25th, 26th season of this retractable dome ballpark in Milwaukee. What a difference it has made in the baseball fortunes for the kids and veteran fans alike here at Old County Stadium, which is in the parking lot right behind us for so many years. Drew Powers leads off the second. And it's not one foul. You know, the summers and springs here are absolutely beautiful. But early in the season, late in the season, it can get a little chilly.
Yeah, no, thank you. This place is beautiful. I love it on a night like tonight. We fully open the roof, enjoy the elements, but boy, it is certainly nice to be able to close it up. They did a nice job in designing this place.
That's how the leverage began to be in the first. Powers does the same here in the second. And Garrett Mitchell is
But Jake Bauer stayed on this changeup. Remember, McGreevy, they talked about a changeup, you'll notice it has a little cutting action. That's what he's trying to do with it. He's thinking cutter out of his hand, not your traditional Supinator.
Mitchell out of Orange, California. Digs in and takes high. He went 2 for 4 yesterday and drove in a run. He's knocked in 25 runs. He was happy that this kid's healthy and off-season shoulder surgery after an injury-filled 2025 season. Snap throw back to first and Bauer's back safely. To wrap up the note about the dome here, when the Brewers are in the playoffs and the roof is shut because it's cold at night here, this place is crazy loud. They bring a very energetic fan base to play come playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. It looked very reminiscent of Houston back in the day, especially with the Killer Bees.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me how loud that place would be? One guy that quieted down for a minute, but
He almost broke the roof. If memory serves, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that went into the knees. Good pitch to Mitchell. It's 1-2. One of the best things about a big league game is watching two pitchers who are beginning their careers go about their business in such different ways. Both have been very, very successful so far this year. Has 7-8 pitches, moves them around, throws any pitch in any count, doesn't wow you with the radar gun, but when he's right, gets Adam balls to get out of trouble. Kyle Harrison, he's got swinging his stuff. And that's a great equalizer. We'll see how it plays out. And a swing and a miss. McGreevy pitched up in the zone. And
Got him, yes!
1 on, 1 out.
well, then not so much swing and miss talk. It's 3 for 1, 1 so far apart for Harrison. And look, the fastball have been effective. We've got 2 of the strikeouts on the heater, 1 on the changeup. And that's the thing, when you're mixing it up, when you're throwing the sliders, the changeups, 92, 93, well located, that's going to get on you very quickly.
And for the batter, the process of eliminating a pitch is really, really difficult when you have 5 or 6 of them on time.
Yeah, there is no such thing. And the thing is, too, like, you might even pick up the spin, but the spin could be various pitches. It could be the slider, it could be the cutter right there. That's a good cutter up and in. Like, a lot of them have the same profile, but the overall movement's going to be different.
So a cutter to the lefties is really effective. I wonder if next time through from McGreevy, he does that pronation type changeup to the lefties and makes the ball dance down and away. Something to keep in the back pocket if he so desires. Tried one there, but it missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's see what he's been doing. He's the percentages so far. Changeup and fastball have been the exact same. The changeup usage, we talked about that, a pitch he's thrown a whole lot more this season. And rightfully so, man. Coming into action, 122 the average against the changeup. A solid weapon against righties and lefties.
Bowers has 4 stolen bases. And that one tapped to the center of the diamond. And
Yes!
just going to take out Bowers, who had the crab crawl back toward first base. Nothing he could do about that. That was awesome. 2 outs.
And this is good. All smiles right here for Jim Bauer. He tried. Yeah, get up. Come here. Come here, big fella. That was nice.
So 2 on, 2 out. Here's Sal Frelick. Frelick at 217 on the year.
Look at this, what's that? Sal Frelick.
Everything else to strike out, 1 fly out. He has scattered 2 singles so far in the game.
Yeah, both those singles have been on the ground as well. That's where he's going to want to live. I'm not sure I'm looking at every stat. I know that we have the ability to do a lot of things. I'm just not feeling that Michael McGreevy's got to be close to the lead, if not the leader in kickoffs. At least tonight. He's getting over there.
One strike.
We'll talk about how important that is against this ball club. You can't let them get comfortable over there. You can't let them get into a thought where they can take that extra step. They're a really good base running team too, right? So if you let somebody get a walking lead, that's an easy first to third, and you're scoring on the gap. Like, it's really important to keep them close.
2 balls and a strike for Sal Frelick. And to avoid Major League Baseball does not officially keep track of pickoff attempts.
Well, this will be easy then. Like Breeder, leader in pickoff attempts at first base. Ready's now, the 2-1 pitch. That was really good. Yeah, no big deal. Been listening to you for a while. You're pretty good at this stuff. Yeah, like that. 3 balls and a strike. What would you name that one? Let's think about that. Mr. Picks a lot. Sir picks a lot.
And takes a strike for a full count. Brandon Defoe will be off to the races here. Already 39 pitches for McGreevy. We're not yet out of the second. Let it go. Pitch inside. 2 on. 2 out. Really earns a walk to David Hamilton bats. Took part of that deal that brought Kyle Harrison from the Red Sox. He's got a .235 on the year. He committed a first-inning throwing error, but the Cardinals could not take advantage of that. First crack at it with runners in scoring position for Milwaukee tonight. They were 4 for 11 yesterday. At second, Frelick at first. Green creeps in on the grass at third.
Got him, yes!
Intercepted by the Cardinals shortstop. Leaving the Cardinals still tied with the group. Wells Fargo active Mike. Let's join Danielle and Daniel.
Chip, thank you so much. I do have bench coach Daniel Descalso. Thanks for giving me a moment.
Of course.
All right, so we're going to pay attention to the game while it's happening here, but I want to start with the National League Central. You spent
Yeah, to number 63, you'll help also.
You played the most games against the Lueders, 86. What do you make of the division right now?
I mean, it is a battle right now. I mean, obviously the Central has gone through the Brewers the last couple of years. But, you know, we finished playing the Reds and the Pirates. Like, there's been a lot of...
Yes!
Sometimes even a week without a plate appearance and going up and putting the barrel on the ball. I mean, he just has a knack for finding his barrel. That's why he's valuable for us.
That's the first hit for the Cardinals. Hey, with you as a bench coach, learning to communicate with your players, how have you learned that process, and what does that look like in game? Whether you're coming to talk to a guy in a good moment or maybe a tough moment, you have to have a tougher conversation.
Yeah, you know, I think everyone's different, right? And one of the things you try to remember as a coach is, you know, try to put yourself in the player's shoes in a situation like.
So if to the one that Victor Scott the second.
Guys, this game is not for players that don't make mistakes, but it's about learning from your mistakes and not repeating them over and over again. So there's some guys that you can go up to during the game. There's some guys you need to give them an ear to, and there's some guys you need to maybe circle back the next day. You just have to learn how the individual works and how they like to operate.
What have they taught you about your communication skills?
I'd like to say that I have some feel, like I said, you know, being out there for a long time and doing what I did. Like, we all know when we've done something well and when we've messed something up. But like, there's a lot of teaching moments out there. So you know, you try to encourage guys like that they're doing a good job and they're going in the right direction, and then teach along the way.
How long have you known Oliver Marmol?
So Ollie and I go back to the 2007 draft. We were both drafted that year, turned double plays together in the New York Penn League, and then we're roommates the following season with the Palm Beach Cardinals. So we go back almost 20 years now.
What is the experience like getting to be his bench coach at this level?
I mean, I've learned a lot from him. You know, the guy is super prepared. I think he has like a photographic memory. What a swing by Dick right there.
Yes!
Ollie talks, some of the interviews on the radio, he kind of pointedly says, like, I don't know if I have these numbers right, and he'll rattle off like the exact stats. So he knows what he's doing. He has all the information up there. Like, he has as close to a photographic memory as I've seen in baseball.
Daniel Descalso, thank you.
Thank you.
Chip.
Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, that coaching staff has a tremendous bond, tremendous work ethic, so much accountability.
Listen to 26 JJ with the hold.
JJ drives that one a long way toward left. Churio to the edge of the grass makes the catch. No advantage.
Just to do the 485 Herrera.
As great as this staff is, what worries you is down the road. Someone's going to come calling for guys like John Jay and Daniel Descalso for perhaps managerial jobs.
Yeah, look, that's what you want, though, and that's what you want as a manager, to hire people that you know can do that job, right? And I know that he leans heavily on his crew, leans heavily on the bench coach. Oftentimes, his job is to have a counterpoint, right? So this entire group is always working. Dusty's always working with the pitchers. You see what Brant Brown is doing. John Jay, every single pitch is moving an outfielder around. Like, there's so many moving parts to this ball club. Stubby and Pop are amazing. It's been so great, too, this year, getting to catch up with all of these coaches individually. I think we've had most of them pieces on the broadcast. Love to do even more with these guys, but there's a wealth of knowledge on this stuff.
And with this roster and as young as it is, Brad, what I really like is that group doesn't take anything for granted. They don't assume a player knows every single situation, so they make sure with that individual contact.
Yeah, you can't, and that's what I love there about Daniel Descalso, talking about how you feed information to players. Everybody is different, right? You can't just have one blanket approach. And having that feel, knowing how to approach each and every one of these guys, it's very important because the information is needed. You know, there's anybody that has kids knows there's time to give them information. There's time when it's just going to get lost in translation, and this staff has that feel.
Two-strike pitch. Herrera watches that into the second deck off to our right. Cardinals have their first two hits. JJ flying out to left. With Pozo at second, Victor Scott at first in a scoreless game. Harrison stretches. pitches, and the battle continues. Walker had a long trip to the plate in the first inning. Herrera trying it the second time around. It's now adjustment time for the St. Louis offense. Let's see what they can do. Their second look at Kyle Harrison. Second strikeout, there's that big slurve, and Herrera couldn't time it. After 2 singles, 2 are out, and it's up to Jordan Walker.
Well, we've seen him lean on that slurve, but this one is down and just keeps on riding, but just getting that swing from Herrera tells you how much that pitch looks like a fastball out of his hand.
Walker hit hard to the shortstop, reached on throwing air, drives that one back.
Whitefield Nummer 18, Jordan Walker.
Some offensive player of the month votes for May, hitting .316 with 6 homers. He scored 14 times. He's tied for 4th overall in the National League with 42 ribbies. And 2 big ones are out there for him here if he can split a gap. The Cardinals have scored 74 2-out runs this year. Swing, fly ball center. Mitchell is in and under, and the Cardinals can't cash in. Back-to-back singles to start the 3rd inning. No score in Milwaukee.
Why is he sleeping? Granddad dog is sleeping. Granddad dog? That's a must have funny. I thought that was Grandpa Pig. Why did he explode? Where'd you go?
Is Granny Pig's voice? Here I am. Where is Granny Pig?
Yeah, where is she?
Here I am.
I can hear her, but I can't see her.
That's the door to the attic. How do we get up there? I haven't never tried. Sometimes it may not open.
How's that gonna work? Oh, okay. No! Daddy Pig?
Sometimes.
Can you go through one video without a swimming costume? Just one video.
Let's start by clearing out this box. No, not that box. That's my box with boxes. Not this. That's
Okay.
my box.
That's not a box. It's a ship in a bottle. Okay, what music is it? Is it good music?
Oh dear. Grandpa Pig is dancing without music.
Dancing without music, huh? Maybe I should try that. Oh.
Daddy Pig is hard at work in the study.
See a spider. If I see a spider, I'll leave the house.
I think you spoke too soon.
Beautiful Wisconsin, beautiful night in Milwaukee, where the Cardinals and Brewers meet for the second time in this 3-game series. Michael McGreevy has gone 2 shutout innings with 3 strikeouts. Now he'll face the top of the order for the second time. Yelich, Churro, and Bryce Terang. Michael scattered a couple of hits. He has those 3 strikeouts.
This is the potential Christian Yelich.
In tonight's game. It's the 7th time Yelich has batted leadoff since 2023 for Milwaukee. And he liked the assignment in the first. He ripped a single past Weatherhead to start the game.
Got it, yes!
Strike 3 his first time. Haven't seen the ball jump all that much yet in this ballpark. The roof is open, the sliding panels are open.
Look at the Lemon Jackson Royale.
It does appear to be going ever so slightly out to the left and left center. But it is certainly one of the ballparks in baseball, is it not, Danny?
Yeah, it is, and I got a chance to catch up with John Jay earlier about this ballpark and all the intricacies to it. You mentioned the windows. Well, Jay told me that those create shadows, right? You have to really trust yourself when you're in the outfield. He said there's also, in right field, there's an enclave. You have to be careful because in right field, and then as it veers over into center field, you can see the ball ricochet. Because of those enclaves, that's when you see those in-the-park home runs. The ball bobbles all over the place. And then there's a really big warning track, and you'll see Vic and the outfielders there. So much ground to cover. So just knowing where you're at, John Jay, the best in the business at helping those outfielders out, guys.
So we'll see how it plays for St. Louis here tonight. There's that big wide warning track, kind of like what we saw in Sacramento.
Yeah, big difference, right? Knowing what is out there, taking the reps seriously during batting practice, taking the reps seriously off the bat.
Good play along the same double, and Churio settles for the hit.
Yeah, just the little chopper, weak contact. There's a good changeup, had him out in front. Jose Fermin does everything that he can on this one, but just a touch late. Definitely got to be careful with Churio over there at first base. He's been a 20-20 guy the last couple of years. Actually, the youngest player in history to go back-to-back 2020 seasons standing over there at first base.
He's 5 for 5 in steals this year. McGreevy's thrown over 9 times already in the game. So he's doing what he can to slow down these Roadrunner Brewers. And there's number 10. 5 and 6 coming up for the Cardinals when we get to the 4th inning. No score. First not hit us 3-2. So Michael gets to 2 strikes.
After that fastball at the top of the zone, and we'll see him go
twice
with that
Twain.
changeup down here. Gets a piece of it. Might have the idea of riding that fastball up again. Seen some odd swings on that. It seems like they're not picking that pitch up well. Do that, 0-2. Just got to make sure you're above the zone if you're going to go that direction.
Brewers are on the ground a lot. Twain's hitting 4 double plays. Not this time. He swings through it and is down on strikes. McGreevy with 4 strikeouts. 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
Let's see this one. Chevy pitch track. Michael McGreevy pulls out the breaking ball down and in with the curveball. A little bit of everything in that at bat.
That pitch took a serious left turn from McGreevy's perspective, about a foot away from the plate. Late action pays off. Here's Contreras, who struck out to the first.
Wait, what? These fucking mounts.
Way by. Whistles in the Brewers baseball glove logo.
We go back.
A problem for ballpark and all the intricacies to it. You mentioned the windows. Well, Jay told me that those create shadows, right? You have to really trust yourself when you're in the outfield. He said there's also
in right field, there's an enclave. You have to be careful because in right field, and then as it veers over into center field, you can see the ball ricochet because of those enclaves. That's when you see those in the park home runs. The ball bobbles all over the place, and then there's a really big warning track, and you'll see vacant, and the outfielders there, so much ground to cover. So just knowing where you're at, John Jay, the best in the business at helping those outfielders out, guys.
So we'll see how it plays for St. Louis here tonight. There's that big wide warning track, kind of like what we saw in Sacramento.
Yeah, big difference, right? Knowing what is out there, taking the reps seriously during batting practice, taking the reps seriously off the bat.
Settles for the hit.
Yeah, just the little chopper, weak contact. There's a good changeup. Had him out in front. Jose Fermin does everything that he can on this one, but just a touch late. Definitely got to be careful with Churio over there at first base. He's been a 2020 guy the last couple of years. Actually, the youngest player in history to go back-to-back 2020 seasons standing over there at first base.
He's 5 for 5 in steals this year. McGreedy's thrown over 9 times already in the game. So he's doing what he can to slow down these Roadrunner Brewers. And there's number 10. 6 coming up for the Cardinals when we get to the 4th inning. No score. No, it's not hit. It's 3-2. So Michael gets to 2 strikes.
After that fastball at the top of the zone, and we'll see him go with that changeup down here. Piece of it. Well, the idea of riding that fastball up again. We've seen some odd swings on that. It seems like they're not picking that pitch up well. Do that, 0-2. Just got to make sure you're above the zone if you're going to go that direction.
Brewers are on the ground a lot. Lang's hit the 4 double plays. Not this time. He swings through it and is down on strikes. McGreevy with 4 strikeouts. 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
Let's see this one. Chevy pitch track. Michael McGreevy pulls out the breaking ball down and in with the curveball. A little bit of everything in that at bat.
Got him, yes!
Serious left turn from McGreevy's perspective, about a foot away from the plate. Action pays off. Here's Contreras.
Just a quick one, William Contreras.
Piece of everybody on the way by. Wrestles in a Brewers baseball glove logo behind home plate. No balls and a strike.
The depth that he was looking for, I think, under the zone and down and away. William Contreras not able to stop himself.
You mentioned Michael dropped his arm angle just a touch earlier in the game. Maybe he's found something that can make those pitches dive and dart even more effectively.
Yeah, you just want to make sure your arm angle is consistent, though. If you start dropping down on some of those sweepers, they're going to see that and know what's coming. That same arm angle as the fastball really stayed on top, being able to rip it down.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Churio at first, no score. And a swing and a miss. McGreevy.
Got him, yes!
Milwaukee Brewers through 3 scoreless innings. Alan Burris and Jose Fermin and Mason Winter coming up looking to score the first run.
This is the one.
What about adding an addition?
We need to check the zoning. Plans? I added a contingency.
Team clinics, kids 6 to 13 of all abilities learn about fielding, batting, throwing, and more from Cardinals alumni.
Push me to the point one out.
Clinics, you were telling me you got one coming up.
Yeah, June 4th, I'll be in Highland, Illinois with a few different guys. Kerry Robinson's going to be out there. Mike Crudell's this hot shot from first. That's a good first back. Pat Perry, Benji Molina, Scott Terry, who does such a great job with these. Special guest that day, Matthew Libertor. He's going to come out and talk to the kids, so that's going to be fun. The kids clinics seriously are a blast. It's some great instruction, and they have a good time just learning the game of baseball.
One up, one down. Burleson out on the line drive. Here's Fermin. He bounced out to third. Cardinals. Burleson keeps on piling up zeros. He's won 4 games in a row. Just 3 earned runs in his last 31 innings.
Left field to number 15, hole save for me.
A big home run against the Reds. They gave St. Louis a chance in extra innings. To get to extra innings, I should say. This home run, the last Cardinals extra base hit. Offense has been a little tough to come by for St. Louis over the last week. This one on the ground deep short. Hamilton's got it. Quick release. Throw it first. Down on the short. Pitch and tap. Good play. And 2 outs.
Well, Hamilton had the throw earlier that he skipped up for the error on Jordan Walker. Short-offs in there. They're using the turf on that one in the hole, ranging to make their play.
So 2 outs. Mason wins. Next, he was out on strikes on an ABS challenge. That one missed. 1 ball, no strikes.
Shortstop number 0, Mason Wood. The Mason with the 15, hole save for me. Shortstop number 0, Mason Wood.
Texas getting some revenge tonight after Houston threw a combined no-hitter at him last night. It's 8-0 Rangers in the second inning. The Astros have a knack for those combined no-hitters, don't they?
That's their jam over there. I don't know how many it's been. At least 3, right? 4?
4, goodness. 17 no-hitters as a club. There's Tanner Richard. Nolan Ryan had a handful of them.
Put a dent in it.
That kid's probably going to have 1 or 2 before his career. His finish, Mizrowski, was awfully impressive. In game 1 yesterday, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I was thinking about his game. That is maybe the second most dominant pitching performance I've seen live.
I had a feeling I know what number 1 was. That was the Kerry Wood game.
Yes. That one stroked toward right center field. It's hanging up, and it's going to be run down the right by Freeland. He's a terrific defender. And the Cardinals are out of luck. Jersey at Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms, proudly rooted in St. Louis. It's a partnership built on excellence.
No, it's increased, and I'm just coming.
He has struck out 5 Brewers. Pretty impressive what Libby did yesterday with 10 punch-outs in 5 innings. Really not a strikeout guy by any stretch, but as I said, he's over an inning, or 1 strikeout per inning. Tonight.
Yeah, well, and even more impressive, too, against the ball club chips we talked about a lot that does not strike out a ton. This is a contact offense here for the Brewers, and Libby and Brady.
That's trouble. Walker as far as he can go. He's going to lead.
Oh, come on!
He's 2 for 2, and the Brewers strike first. Mitchell next. And Wakeham's a quiet crowd.
Så Fields a 5 yards, that's all.
Most of them have been solo shots, and he's able to right the ship pretty quickly. That's the case here in the fourth.
It really does. We hit on this point a lot with Reed. We do something that's important. And he was able to turn the page, get it over with. He's not out there including the angry ball, and that's when you make mistakes. He goes right back to work.
Mitchell struck out his first time up. And a good pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Mitchell at 233 with the average to start the play today.
Got him, yes!
That is the second time he struck out tonight. And 59 of them already in the season. 162 plate appearances. This number 6. Beat the Heat on Friday, June 5th. The Cardinals will play the Reds. Ante fans take home a reversible pumpkin hat thanks to Quick Trip. Details at Cardinals.com/promotions. National homestand coming up with Cardinals. We got the Cubs, we got the Rangers, and we got the Reds. The start times for the series against the Cubs. Friday night's game kicks off at 6:15, not 7:15. St. Louis.
So was it Luis with deep ball?
Saturday and Sunday will be national games.
Yeah, so get there early on Friday and then stay late. Jordan Davis, company superstar, is going to be performing at Busch Stadium. That is going to be a party.
Two strikes for Renifo, who bounced to the force play that had Powers crab walking back toward first. You wear your cowboy boots on Friday?
It's going to be in the 90s.
No, I don't know about that.
Maybe. They are super comfortable, too, really.
First, that would go off right to the
Got him, yes!
And 2 outs after the home run. On Friday's going to be beautiful. 77 for the high on Friday, 80 on Saturday, 79 on Sunday.
Well, yes, it is then. See those bad boys.
Alright, walked in, was erased on a ground ball. Well, you're seeing what McGreevy does. Gives up the homer, gets the next 2 outs quickly.
But Fields it's a sound free leg.
This one out, hit toward the corner. Chases that, wants to hustle it back to the infield. Pretty stiff goal. So he walked into second, picks on a pitch early in this sequence, and is in scoring position.
The Cardinals was hit up by Bowers for the home run. Sal Freeland goes down and gets a curveball. He just recognized this one out of the hand. Stay kept his hands back, drove it down there. With 2 outs, no harm, no foul. Keep him there.
David Hamilton hitting ninth. He bounced up in the second inning.
David Hamilton.
Milwaukee takes a 4th inning lead on a leadoff homer from Jake Bowers. Hamilton's played all over the place on the infield for Milwaukee. 3 games at second. This is his 19th game at shortstop. He's played 18 times at third base. Originally drafted by the Brewers in the 2019 draft. They wanted to make sure they got him back. They made their deal with the Red Sox. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right there in the 4th inning, you've got Yelich in the on-deck circle. Cardinals have just 2 hits. Offense has been a little quiet. Last 7 games, the Cardinals have scored 26 runs and have been shut out twice.
Well, the offense slowed down a little bit the entire month of May, too. The Cardinals pitching staff just able to pick up the slack.
Flat back toward us, saying just out of reach. Nice catch to our left. There's Yelich. Here's a 3-2 count. Toward left.
Got him, yes!
Michael McGrady has given up a 7th solo homer. That's all he allows the Brewers to move forward. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Marucci started in a backyard shed in 2004. I think being the official bat of Major League Baseball just validates that authenticity that we bring to the table. WM's been a great partner for us. We're not in the waste business. We need to have a good partner that can handle everything. I think the best part of WM is that I don't have to spend a whole lot of time worrying about it. Marucci's worked with WM since it was in a backyard shed.
Oops. Oops.
But then someone...
Forming at Busch Stadium.
Mark McGuire bobblehead. All your info at cardinals.com/theme.
We got to figure out a way at Busch Stadium, Chip, to show us a way to do this, to link it up and play some backyard baseball on the big screen. We do it from our booth. It would be a nice big TV for us. We're going to have to talk to somebody about that.
Look at the Brian Sports!
Come on out. Now, did you ever have a video game that you played maybe it was with your kids?
Oh, that was one of them.
Was it really?
Right on. That was fun. It was a little tight. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, I go back to the Atari games.
Okay. What was your game on Atari? What was
that Pong game? Okay.
Classic. Classic. Can't go wrong. I don't remember if it was Atari or Coleco. Like 10 of those. Yeah. And there was a game that was called, I think it was Artillery Duel, where you like shoot like out of a tank and you're trying to like get the angle right. Well, the games have gotten better, but that was a fun one. I used to love too on the RBI baseball. Oh, that was very classic.
Yeah, the MLB The Show games.
Yeah.
Fantastic. They're super realistic. I'm sure it's great for hand-eye coordination. Kids are still actually playing the game.
They're super realistic. The 06 version had me throwing that back. So they've gotten better too. At those things, making adjustments along the way.
A little more accurate, huh?
I kept that version.
On back, full count for Torres. And shot back. It's so complicated. So many buttons now. You can never push the like controller button. Oh, we should always play that. Yeah. 1-0 Milwaukee. The lead. They've now hit us 5-2. That one shot over short.
Just for number 63, you'll help also.
That is a pair of nice plays here from Hamilton. The body control to be able to make this play. This is going to be your All-State Good Hands replay. Range into the left side, jump and turning to his right. What an impressive play right there.
Well, you get good pitching, well, your defense plays behind you, and the Brewers have done that too. Pozo swings the first one, drives that one toward the gap in right center. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. Quickly 2 outs. straight have been retired after the Cardinals' lone chance in the third inning. They had 2 on, nobody out. Singles by their 8 and 9 hitters, but neither Weatherholt, Herrera, nor Walker could advance the runner or bring them home.
Seville's one of Victor's shot the second.
He's got a hit. Interesting splits on Victor. He's been much better against left-handed pitching for some reason.
How about that? He's got a knock already. It was a good swing, too. Daniel Descalso was talking it over with Danny down there in the dugout. He loved it. He's like, man, good stroke right there by Vic. He's been looking better and better. You're right.
I can always just use my hand to beat AJ's nut.
Coming into action today, Vic against the lefties, 342 with a home run. They've been trying to free him up, let him be more of an athlete up there. Just using those hands, trusting in all of the work that he put in, and then when it gets time to game time, he'll be happy, right? Just go play. He put so much work into what he's doing and so much time. Sometimes I feel like there's just a lot of information going. This guy is such a good athlete. Go let him play.
And a strike for Victor. The pitch. There to eat it up. Swing, fly ball. He got jammed, but drives it deep toward right. Freelick will go to the warning track. One step on the gravel, hauls that in. And it's 9 up, 9 down for Harrison as he protects a 1-0 lead at home.
This land was never for sale. The government took it anyway. That's because career politician Burt Jones voted to let government take your land with eminent domain. Burt Jones, he's for sale, and Georgia is paying the price.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
You're in the tech lead.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
When it was time to add my son to our car insurance, I was scared to even think about my wallet. But instead, with Drive Easy on the Geico app, my son's safe driving score saved us even more.
It feels good to take control of your wallet. It feels good to Geico.
This Nissan lineup goes and goes. And goes. And goes. As in really goes the distance. Fuel efficiency that doesn't run out when you go out. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims or get $3,500 customer cash on Rogue.
Smash Jack Sliders.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. So, Brad, hopefully after we come back and win this series in Milwaukee, we've got a nice long homestand coming up. That's Budweiser What's On Tap.
And the energy last homestand at Busch Stadium was awesome. Can't wait to see what it's like with the Cubbies over the weekend. See the Rangers come in. It'll be great to see Skip Schumacher back in. He's the skipper there for Texas, so that's going to be a lot going on the homestand.
Start time for Friday night's game, 6:15. Our coverage starts at 5 o'clock. Simmons cracks on toward the ground ball. Off the top of the fence. And it's down to the second. He's off the ball. So Milwaukee has put
this one in with the fastball. Left it away. Lets it travel. And it's a hot shot out for a double here to lead things off in the fifth.
Chorio next. He's 1 for 2 with an infield hit. He's 7 for 14 at the plate against the Cardinals. Didn't get that. He tried to hit that one to Bernie Chalet and left. No balls in the strike. Don't really like seeing Bernie slide down the slot.
No, see, but sometimes I just wish, well, I'm glad he makes it safer than he does it, but I don't want to see him slide over. I'll go with the slider.
Yeah, we had Jim Hayes down the slide last year.
Yeah, no, I do, for sure. It was awesome that he went down it. It was very brave of Jim. Bernie must be part of the costume, but when he flies down that big, Jim, not so much.
Yeah, a lot of static electricity.
Boy, those G's definitely caught up. But it made it easier for him to talk on his way down.
2 balls and a strike. Scattered 6 hits.
Danny would definitely do the slide over and Bernie show.
So that's popped up. Did they give you a burlap sack?
Say that again?
Did they give you a burlap sack, Danny, to get up the slide, or did you just have to go with it?
Oh, did they give me one? You know what? It didn't come in my welcome bag. That's crazy, actually. Did you guys get one?
You get all kinds of stuff in welcome bag. Rods.
You and Brad went down together, didn't you?
Burlap sacks. Yeah, same sack. We were so fast, too. We were cruising.
It was like the bobsled team.
Nobody's ready or prepared for that, honestly, that TV.
Yeah, good thing we didn't have a camera crew. But we're built for speed.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, nobody out. High. Ball 3. If you lose Chorio, you set up a potential double play. You got Terang and Contreras. That duo is 0 for 4 tonight with 3 strikeouts. Let's see if Greedy can make a big pitch. And he moves 2 on, nobody out. So Chorio, good trip to the plate, didn't get himself out. Greedy gives him the base, and now plays for ground ball and chance for double play. Second walk for Michael in the game. He's done a nice job of forcing up his pitch count. It's 82 and counting. Terang struck out last time. And with the sweep took ball 1. A run on 6 hits for Milwaukee. No runs, 2 hits. For the Cardinals, both hits came in the top of the 3rd inning for the Cardinals. That's the pitch Terang's been swinging at. Not that time, though. It's ball 2.
Well, this side of the plate, you mentioned it before. Mike McGreevy has done a good job against the lefties this year. 205 for the left-handed hitters coming into action today against Michael. That big changeup of his has had a lot to do with it. That cutter in has been effective as well. Really opens up a lot of things on the outer half.
Describe this team's offense. You've seen the Will Ferrell sketch, the Don't Fear the Reaper sketch with Cowbell. Remember that? Oh, yeah, of course. The second time that Christopher Walken comes out and says he needs more cowbell, and Will Ferrell has it. Drumstick just tapping right by the lead seat. That's exactly how the Brewers' offense is. They just are relentlessly annoying. Fantastic. It's really good. For a double play, the pitch is a strike, full count. I mean, it pains you to say it, but in so many ways you can see why the Brewers would be a model for a similarly sized market. Big pitch in this game. A 1-run deficit. Here it is. And he lost hit. Back-to-back walks going up. They don't chase. They don't strike out a lot. And they can beat you just by putting the ball in play. Now McGreevy's got a real mess on his hands. Contreras, their RBI leader, has the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, this could bring Dusty Blake out to talk it over with Mike and the baby, as you mentioned, Chip. The pitch count getting escalated here. 88 pitches, bases loaded, nobody out. So they'll figure out a way how they wiggle out of this. There is action going on in the Cardinals bullpen. They're double barreling out there. You've got Fernandez going along with Rule.
Spit it out, Jeff. They might
Those two gentlemen some time to get hot quickly. And this big crowd is as loud as it's been all night. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the Brewers get chances like this more often than not. They cash them in. They're hitting 290 as a club with runners in scoring position.
Stop spinning.
Yelich at third. Chorio at second. Turang, the trail runner, at first base.
No, I'm wanting you, AJ.
Digging in. Watch the first pitch. Center field, pitcher can't get it. 2 runs are being scored. It's a double and a 3-run game. The nail on the head first pitch. Danger first pitch was a sinker. It was down, but he was ready for it.
Stop spitting that.
It's 3-0 Blueprint. And still nobody out. And that's going to be all for McGreevy, who threw 89 pitches. So Michael goes 4+. He walks 3. He strikes out 6. The Cardinals gave him just 2 runs of support. To this point in game 2. Milwaukee's got him second and third with a 3-run lead. Ryan Fernandez first out of the bullpen.
Attacks don't look like attacks. That's the point. Disguised as a trusted face, familiar voice, and team request. You see business as usual. Apple sees through the act. Repeating patterns, connected attacks. We turn detection into disruption. Stop and strike quickly. Evolving human resilience. And building stronger defense with every fight. Doppel. Outpacing what's next in social engineering.
Sarah Benzino. Brandon Coley. Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC?
We actually sold the twins' naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze 10 and Spa.
You need a tan? I'm your man. To do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
I think Mom
The right money
took
moves
that.
aren't as absurd as you think.
I love it.
That looks like the requirements. How's airflow? I've got a contact for that exhaust. Can the panel handle the extra load? Signage approved? Ready to sign?
Ready.
Oh, congratulations! Come on.
Try to beat back.
Echo Dealers.
Brewers open up the game here in the 5th inning. 4 straight batters have reached. A 2-run double for William Contreras extends his hit streak to 10 games. And so Ryan Fernandez lands her Chevy ball to the bullpen. Brad, this is 100th big league outing.
Well, hopefully it's going. Look, this is a big spot in what is still a tight game early. It feels like a couple of huge runs sitting out there on the bases for the Brewers.
Fernandez had a terrific outing last time out in Cincinnati. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts. Needed just 24 pitches to accomplish that. Maybe had to work hard tonight. 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 runs so far. 1 solo homer. His infield comes in halfway. That's pop to our left. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Jake Bowers. first batter. Mauer's perfect night. The plate comes to a close. One man down. Here's Mitchell.
Well, that was that Ryan Fernandez slider we got so used to a couple of years ago. That was a late breaker, big swinging miss there.
Infield in for Garrett, who's punched out twice. He's hitting 233.
Alright, now where were we? Oops. Oops, I did it again. Oops, I did it again.
June 2nd is Tuesday, and it's backyard baseball night at Busch Stadium with your theme ticket. Fans take home and exclusive backyard baseball 2001 Mark McGuire bobblehead. All your info.
Flies down that big gym, not so much.
Yeah, a lot of static electricity between
Those jeans definitely caught up. But it made it easier for him to talk on his way down.
2 balls and a strike. Scattered 6 hits.
Danny would definitely do the slide over and Bernie show.
So. That's popped up. Did they give you a burlap sack?
Say that again?
Did they give you a burlap sack, Danny, to get up the slide, or did you just have to go with it?
Oh, did they give me one? You know what? It didn't come in my welcome bag. That's crazy, actually. Did you guys get one?
You gotta get all kinds of stuff involved. Rods.
You and Brad went down together, didn't you?
Burlap sacks, yeah, same sack. We were so fast, too.
Cruising. It was like the bobsled team.
Nobody's ready or prepared for that, honestly. That TV.
Yeah, good thing we didn't have a camera crew. We're built for speed.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, nobody out. And high. Ball 3. If you lose Choria, you set up a potential double play. You got Turang and Contreras. That duo is 0 for 4 tonight with 3 strikeouts. Let's see if Reedy can make a big pitch. And it is 2 on, nobody out. Contreras, good trip to the plate, didn't get himself out. Reedy gives him the base, and now plays for ground ball and chance for double play. Second walk for Michael in the game. He's done a nice job of forcing up his pitch count. 82 and counting.
So was it with the Bryce Train?
Struck out last time. And Lucas Feet took ball 1. A run on 6 hits for Milwaukee. No runs, 2 hits. For the Cardinals, both hits came in the top of the 3rd inning for the Cardinals. That's the pitch to range, but swinging at it. Not that time. No, it's ball 2.
Well, this side of the plate, you mentioned it before, Mike McGreevy has done a good job against the lefties this year. 205 for the left-handed hitters coming into action today against Michael. That big changeup of his has had a lot to do with it. That cutter in has been effective as well. Really opens up a lot of things on the outer half.
Describe this team's offense. You've seen the Will Ferrell sketch, the Don't Fear the Reaper sketch with cowbell. Remember that? Oh, yeah, of course. The second time that Christopher Walken comes out and says he needs more cowbell, Will Ferrell hasn't punched it, just tapping right by the lead single. That's exactly how the Brewers offense is. They just are relentlessly annoying. It's a fantastic clock. It's really good. For a double play. Pitch is a strike. Full count. It pains you to say it, but in so many ways you can see why the Brewers would be a model for a similarly sized market. Big pitch in this game. A one-run deficit. Here it is. And he lost hit. Back-to-back walks to lead them up. They don't chase. They don't strike out a lot. And they can beat you just by putting the ball in play. Now agreed, he's got a real mess on his hands. Contreras, their RBI leader, has the bases loaded and
Catch it between William Contreras.
This is going to bring Dusty Blake out the pocket over with Mike in the PBS. You mentioned Chip. The pitch count getting escalated here. 88 pitches, bases loaded, nobody out. So they'll figure out a way.
And it's Bob, this is signed by Dusty Blake.
In the Cardinals bullpen, they're double barreling out there. You've got Fernandez going along with Brewer. This meeting buys those two gentlemen some time to get hot quickly. And this big crowd is as loud as it's been all night. Bases loaded, nobody out. Brewers get chances like this, more often than not, they cash them in. They're hitting 290 as a club with runners in scoring position. Yelich at third. Chorio at second. Turang, the trail runner, at first base. William Contreras digging in. Watch the first pitch.
And it's pitching change signed by Oliver Marmol.
Just are relentlessly annoying. Had a terrific outing last time out in Cincinnati. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts. Needed just 24 pitches to accomplish that. Maybe had to work hard tonight. 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 runs so far. 1 solo homer. His infield comes in halfway. That's pop to our left. Two strikes for Jake Bowers. There you go. Yes, he did. And Fernandez gets the all-important first batter. Bowers' perfect night. The plate comes to a close. 1 man down. Here's Mitchell.
is that Ryan Fernandez slider we got so used to a couple of years ago. And that was a late breaker, big swing and miss there.
Infield in for Garrett, who's punched out twice. He's hitting 233. Puts it in play. He hits over 330. Not a swing and miss. 59 punch outs. This could use another one here.
Oh no!
Slider here from Ryan Fernandez. It was up, it was thigh high, and away. It is way out here. 421 feet shy for Garrett Mitchell.
It's now a 6-0 Milwaukee game. So close the book on Michael McGreevy. 5 runs in 4+ innings. 3 walks in the game. 2 of them scored. And he gave up a home run. Now it's 6-0 in the 5th inning. Cardinals had just 2 hits. Manipulations was officially reactivated today and called back up. Bryson Watts went back to Memphis, made his big league debut yesterday. Hernandez back on the roster and we'll leave him to soak up a few innings tonight. Efo is the next batter he faces, and Luis is over 2. On balls for Fernandez to start his appearance. And Frelick is the 8th man to come to the plate in the inning.
What's that? Sal, Frelick.
Go after these guys, compete, like you said, he's unlikely to lose another inning after this, you would think.
Right below us.
I'm making a play today. I am ready. Agile, pitch, limber, sunburned, hot, too hot.
Got him, yes.
No sunscreen on the golf course.
Yeah, totally forgot to apply, that is for sure. The enormous line with my Apple Watches, that's pretty impressive. But, you know, cinnamon, that's actually going to peel off soon.
Hamilton, a nice play defensively at shortstop, takes a strike. David is 0 for 2 here in the game. 2 hits. Second straight start for the Lueders. Single run of support. Pirates lead us 7-0 in his last outing. Cubs officially have been beaten today. They've lost their 10th straight game. Pittsburgh clobbered them 12-1. There goes. Herrera can't handle the transfer. And Mexico steals the bag. His third. Cubs also got bad news. Edwin Cabrera to the IL. Second for Hamilton. It's a 1-2 count. And a swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. 9 come to the plate for the Brewers.
Got him, yes.
This land was never for sale. The government took it anyway. That's because career politician Burt Jones voted to let government take your land with eminent domain. Burt Jones. He's for sale, and Georgia is.
Where's my cash prize? All back to the round so far. Sponsor Super Bits, Lights, Camera, Friends, Saturdays. See you next video. This is Jerry Aaron signing off.
Long homer for Gary Mitchell, a 3-run bomb. It's his third of the season. Milwaukee enjoys a 6-0 lead after 5 innings. Top of the order coming up to the Cardinals.
Second decision with 2016, Jay Weatherholtz.
He's our bet 365 betting odds. He looks to improve. Brad on 0 for 2 tonight.
Picking up where he left off. Now, it hasn't been the swing and miss stuff for him. He's only got 2 strikeouts in this ball game, but 5 scoreless to this point. Harris only scattered 2 hits. You mentioned numbers earlier over the last 5 starts for Harrison, a .96 ERA. They do a nice job with his fastball, working effectively at the top of the zone. They're dropping a bunch of those slurs and really good that combo that he's leaving on the most. He will show you a changeup, will show you a sinker, but bread and butter is the 4-seam at the top of the slurry often.
Harris allowed 2 runs or less in 9 straight starts. He hasn't allowed any runs here tonight. And he starts his 3rd trip through the lineup. Weatherholtz, Herrera, and Walker. JJ fought that off. Stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers trying to gain ground on both the Cubs and the Cardinals tonight. Cubs are beating the Mets 6-3. That game's in the 7th inning. The Cubs have lost 10 in a row after having 2 10-game winning streaks.
That's amazing. That really is. As you mentioned, another injury for them. Just going to head to the IL. So that's going to hurt.
St. Louis as this one hit towards center. Mitchell has no trouble with that. And it's 10 up, 10 down after the Cardinals back-to-back singles here in the 3rd inning.
Well, Jim, a little bit different look to it, obviously, with Harrison tonight than it was with Mizrowski yesterday. A 12-strikeout performance. You mentioned earlier in the ballgame that being one of the most dominant pitching performances that you've seen. What stood out to you? You referenced it like the Kerry Wood start back in April 2020.
Good stuff was unhittable that day. You made an excellent point, too, in that it would be interesting to see how Kerry Wood would have fared in the ABS era. He was around the plate a lot. He got a lot of pitches, mentioned 2 off the dish. But his slider was disappearing. His fastball was 96, 97 with that pop at the end. But that 8-103, which the Cardinals hitters saw an awful lot last night with location, that to me was the most impressive.
Yeah, it really was. I just thought that, that was historically one of the most dominant pitching performances of all time. Kerry Wood.
Yes, just 1 hit.
So for you to reference that, that's incredibly high praise here for the young Jacob Mizrowski.
The kid threw 57 pitches over 100 miles an did all he could.
I thought he was going to make another, but he's only had two really nice plays in this ball game. Just throw a little off target. Did you say 56 over 100?
I had 57.
57. Sorry, I didn't mean short of one. Just one time, like, oh, that feels like that unleashed now. Just hear the seams.
The second. Terron grabs that. Brewers in the right place at the right time all night. Walker hits a missile and is retired. 2 outs.
The slur, the soft liner, and another nice play to keep the game today for the Cardinals was kicking. That's exactly what the Brewers have been able to do in this one.
I made the point earlier about emulating what the Brewers are doing. They've made great trades. They've traded veteran pitchers before they enter free agency. They've gotten a ton of prospects back. They've not been afraid to do that. Their ability, Brad, to, if not fix pitchers, really unleash their full potential is something that's, I think, elevated them to the top of the Central as much as any.
I would agree with that. I think there's a few organizations out there. The Cardinals are actually, one of these two. They're getting better and better at it. Evaluating pitchers, getting the best out of this one.
Yes! Which was a 41 out Wilson. The wizard with the zero save for Mead.
Shaping, the analytics, or finding what is a guy good at, how do you make them even better, what small tweaks could be adjusting a farming, could it be moving over on the rubber, the things that they've done with Kyle Harrison.
This month is this side by Brewers pitching coach.
2 outs and 2 on here in the 6th inning. They've done a good job with that.
So has Chris Hook, their pitching coach. Second inning of 2 hits for Kyle Harrison. He's allowed 4 singles in the game. And while Milwaukee finishes their combo, we step aside for a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
So the Cardinals have another chance with runners in scoring position. They went 0 for 3.
The wizard with the zero save for Mead.
Mead has grounded out to the left side twice. This with 4 hits in the game, trails 6-0.
Strikes and Wizarowski. Harrison been throwing a lot of them over the weekend against the Dodgers. Brewers pitchers, they won 23 batters in 27 innings. And Cardinals so far, 1 walk. A little bit different.
Balls 2 strikes. So when you have power stuff, you don't hurt yourself with walks. You have airtight defense behind you, and you have a death by 1,000 cuts offense. You can see why, at the moment, Milwaukee is at the top of the division. There's going to stop. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Milwaukee's bullpen is busy. There's had 91 pitches so far in the game. Anderson's the first to play catch in the outfield bullpen. And on the ground to short. And Hamilton snuffs out that part of the rally in the 6th inning. All right. Here comes the Cardinals. Let's see if J.J. Weatherholt.
Oops. Oops, I did it again. Oops, I did it again.
This man in the 4th inning.
Yeah, that. Telecast is presented by Authority. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
And working on the docking here on the shores of Lake Michigan as Milwaukee enjoys a 6-0 lead. New pitcher out there for the Cardinals. After Milwaukee batted around in the fifth, it'll be Justin Brule to answer the Chevy Coleman panel.
Keep it here, right? Cardinals offense, and realize they haven't had to get much going so far in this.
这是Christian Yelich.
Good job here for Justin Brule. Get your offense back out there. Give them a chance against this bullpen.
And it's an inning, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, a homer, and 3 strikeouts. To this point, the most exciting things for Cardinals fans in this ballgame was the sausage race, which just took place in between innings. A much more compelling affair than yesterday.
Yesterday's was not good. It was hot dog by, I don't know, a couple of furlongs. Today, though, who were the two? Was it Italian and Bratwurst?
Yeah, it was. I think Bratwurst. I mean, they were neck and neck. Belly to belly. Nose to nose. And like the Indy 500, a last-minute surge was the margin of victory for the Italian.
It's a big one today.
It'll make Chris Tuno happy back in St. Louis.
Congratulations. Here it is. I mean, right down to the wire. That seems to be past the finish line.
This is Christian Yelich.
Yesterday, I'm pretty sure Italian sausage was cheating. I've got a courtside view here. Pretty sure Italian sausage left early. I don't know if those are the rules or not.
Today?
No, yesterday.
To no avail yesterday, because he got his butt kicked.
Yeah. Well, number 3 yesterday. Cheating. But I think the more important question is which sausage would you be, and if we all raced, who would win in that race? Why? What?
The fastest.
That's not true.
That's 100% true.
I ran track in middle school.
I ran track twice in high school. For me, it's not so good. Danny, you actually ran track?
Yeah.
Danny's in there. I'll become second.
I feel like you would push me down to win.
No, I will fight her. Because once just realize this, Danny and Chip. Once you're in the sausage, okay, you're no longer Chip or Danny. You're chorizo or bratwurst, okay? So
to the right side, that kicks off the grass. JJ Collins will take a failure. He hit the left side and that ricochets off his glove. Yelich will reach for the 3rd time here in game 2. Tonight, we're told there's some disadvantages to
Of it's 11 Jackson Julio.
Apparently the costume's a little heavier because the chorizo has a sombrero.
That's actually a really good point. I wonder if there's any sort of advantage, though, with that you could also get in people's way with, you know, like it kind of knocks the other sausages around.
And what if you lean at the tape? Does the top of the sombrero count to cross the line?
You're playing a bold game right there, getting the head going forward when you're running in one of those costumes. No, thank you. You see how many lawn darts you see doing these things?
One strike. That one on the ground. JJ avoids the umpire and Mason.
God, a double play.
One of the most famous scenes of the sausage race here was when Randall Simon assaulted one. Didn't say Randall.
Yeah, that was. I got a feeling. I was actually just thinking about that as they were running by. I got a feeling that every single iteration of this team year after year gets a reminder: do not interfere.
It was twice trained.
Stick your bat out, don't choke, no nothing. Just get out out of the sausage as well.
Well, later that year, Simon was traded to the Cubs, and we were here, and the Cubs players remembered that incident, and they taped Randall Simon to the railing with caution tape
as it was going on,
so he could not move a muscle. There was no way he was going to interfere in any way, shape.
Better safe than sorry.
Got him, yes.
Attacks don't look like attacks. That's the point. Disguised as a trusted face.
Strikes.
Why are you talking like that?
Come on, jump in! We can drive on the left side of the road!
Sunday, June 7th, it's the Cardinals and Reds in a big day for the kids. Fans 12 and under score a kids baseball club. That's presented by our friends at Rawlings. Get your details at cardinals.com/promotions. Cardinals hoping for a late rally. Brewers with a 5-run inning have broken open the game at 6-0. Kyle Harrison is done. 6 innings of scoreless baseball. It's Grant Anderson on for the 23rd time. One of the Brewers rolling.
So what's up, the 0 bases win.
Back in St. Louis has an amazing stat. Their starters in the month of May have pitched 115 innings. They've thrown 96 scoreless innings.
Good. 2.27 ERA over the span. So in the month of May, and out of that 115 innings, 144 strikeouts. So I'd say that'll play. The bullpen also pretty good for the Brew Crew. This pitching staff, just top to bottom, has been solid.
Anderson with that low 3/4 delivery. Misses to Mason Wynn. 2 balls and a strike. This is not a completely healthy Brewers pitching staff. Woodruff is hurt. Priestman is hurt. They just roll merrily along, and I think something else that's worth noting. When one of their stalwarts goes down, they have many available replacements to fill the gap until they're going to be healthy. Great organizational depth. Every organization in big leagues would love to copy. And Pozo in the 7th. Cardinals had 4 hits, all of them singles. Tipped and caught. Mason's down on strike.
Let's see, left field to number 39, Bryant was.
Spoiled the shutout bid. Your Gateway Hunt Deals donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Lined out his last time. Terrific play by Hamilton at short, twisting and turning. And a base hit to right.
Yes!
Doesn't wait to get 2 strikes. He rips a single. The 5th hit of the game for the Cardinals. His first hit against the Brewers in his career.
Well, Brian Torres, the 28-year-old rookie or BJC Healthcare difference maker, jumping on that fastball. Get something going here in the 7th inning. We'll see.
What are you doing, AJ?
Come out of the 7, 8, and 9 spots on the lineup cards.
Catcher number 63, you'll help also.
And that's in for a strike.
Catcher number 63, you'll help also.
And a bit of a dry spell. Season of learning, if you will. We'll see what they take out of this. That's a ground ball second. Flip to Hamilton.
No, game's over.